I sit like this in the car, like on the way home. Like my legs are shaking, my body is moving. Then I call him. I say, Raha ko niche bhejo, main 5 minute mein pahunch rahi hu.
Like you can't wait to go up.
Who else do you think is fun? So she said, Papa. What about Mama? And then she said, little fun.
Little fun.
And I called up Ranbir immediately, being like, our daughter just said I'm not fun.
Yeah, and that's because of you.
In a way, me being on set is me time.
We are the same.
Yeah.
That's our best time. You have added Kapoor to your name. Or love.
Okay, anyway.
But now then you are a Kapoor.
I'm a Kapoor and Ranbir's a Bhatt.
Welcome to What Women Want with Kareena Kapoor Khan, Season 5. Presented by Dabur Gulabari, co-powered by Philips Carmen Steamer and Max Life Insurance. My guest for today is an actress, a superstar, a singer, an entrepreneur and an author. वो एक ऐसी एक्ट्रेस है जिसमें ग्लैम वाला स्टाइल, इंटेंस वाला लुक, इश्क वाला रोमांस और एक्शन वाला स्वैग भी है. This means she can play any role on screen and totally be the best at it. I'm sure आपको पता चल गया होगा मेरी guest कौन है. Call her Shania, Veera or Gangu. She'll always be the Rani of our nation. Please welcome Alia Bhatt Kapoor.
Oh.
Hello. Who is the Rani of our nation?
You.
Woo!
That was an intro and a half.
That has to be. You're my most favorite guest, bro.
Oh, the guest will feel bad.
No, but I mean, please, everybody has to know that Alia is. I think we're everybody's favorite.
मैं आपकी favorite हूँ?
Yes, of course. This episode is also, it should be what sisters want. And I know that, like the way Lolo and me have this bond, you and Shaheen have this bond, and you all are very close. And Saifu always tells me that why are these sisters always so close? You and you and Lolo also always so in each other. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just there.
Yeah.
And you're playing a sister in your next film.
Yeah.
And there you have a close bond with your brother.
Yeah.
So tell us before we start a little bit about obviously Jigra, the role, how it came about.
So Jigra, the film came to me right after I had given birth to Raha. It was actually like 2 months after Karan called me up and he said, listen, Vasan Bala is doing a film for Dharma and you're not in the headspace right now, but I just want you to meet him once. He's got this idea. And I was like, yeah, give me a month or something. When I'm open to doing a meeting, I'll call you because I was just like really hectic at that time. Thoda dimag khula and I was like, okay, fine, let's meet. And he told me the one line of the story and the one line is very simple. It's just that the lengths a sister would go to protect her brother or her sibling. And I just found that so, like at that moment, that timing could not have been more perfect because, post giving birth, you're in your like tigress mode. You're just like, you're so the protection is just like oozing out of you. So I was like, ye to kismati hai that this script has come to me. Then of course I fell in love with the script. I fell in love with the story. And then that was it. Jigra became my post-baby first film.
And the first film you shot also then.
Yeah, it was the first film I shot.
After that.
Like 11 months later, which was really hard, to be very honest. But they made it very comfortable for me. And I shot a lot of nights.
And you also produced Darlings, which was amazing. And now you've produced Jigra. Is there some path you're following or...?
Yeah, and I think the feeling was that something that stays with you long after. Like some emotional chord that just like hits... or something that just stays with you or something that you can take away. Because I believe movies are eternal. And they bring, sunshine into our lives when there's a beautiful movie that you watch. Yeah. So those two things together is basically the endeavor for eternal.
Nice. So when Ranbir came on What Women Want, he spoke about the fact that, how he was enjoying his baby duties. Like he was burping Raha. Obviously, Raha was much smaller at that time.
Yeah, he came prior to Animal, correct? So
I think the other one, the earlier film.
Jhuti Makkar, correct.
So he was managing Sleepless Nights and I think basically he's quite hands-on.
Very hands-on.
Yeah, from what we can see. So how do you divide that baby duties?
So while Ranbir likes to take keen interest in like the care part of it, all things care is usually me, like more like putting her schedule together, what she's going to eat, all meal times, putting her to sleep, doing anything, changing. Now like for a very clear thing is like she is very clear of what she wants. Mama come, no papa come, no mama come,
yeah,
no
so
mama do it. She won't, even if a nanny is there, she's like, no mama do it.
Yeah.
So, and then I have to do it. If I'm there, then I have to do it. So Ranbir is like super creative when it comes to her playtime. That I'll never be able to match.
Yeah.
In fact, I must tell you a very funny story. Once Raha was eating and I was feeding on. Generally, when she's eating and all, I like to keep it like super quiet and chill. So she, like,
Yeah.
it's like you can enjoy the meal time and all. So it's literally the two of us. And she was, someday she's something like bossy fun. Bossy is Ayan. She said, bossy's fun. So I said, wow, who else do you think is fun? So she said, Papa. So then I said, okay, and what about Mama? She said, and she took a pause. Huh?
Yeah, and she was like,
And then she said, little fun.
little fun.
And I called up Ranbir immediately, being like, our daughter just said I'm not fun.
Yeah, and that's because of you.
But so that's basically how it
he's like, obviously, like you said, playing more. So for them, whoever's playing with them, running after them, that's fun.
Yeah, she loves that. But she also knows who to complain to.
And you're the disciplinarian you'll be. And
I mean, I feel like that also, she can walk all over me, I feel. At least currently. Like, I get scared of her. Sometimes when she says no, and all, I can't like put my foot down. Like, Ranbir can make some fake kind of voice with her. And she might listen to him, but then she might not listen to him also. So she's really like in this very juicy development stage right
She's
now.
what, 2.5, no?
No, almost 2.
So almost 2, yeah. So the terrible 2s, but yeah.
But management, I would say management is me. Fun and games is him.
Management, because management is easy, Alia, because we're like instructing people like ye karo, khana, ye, that.
Yeah.
So that's what even I do. That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fathers are always doing the
fun things
playing.
Yeah.
I know. God, I'm going through that.
Yeah.
So, of course, like so much work with Raha and everything, how do you get your me time?
Me time is very important. It's lesser.
It's lesser.
It's lesser.
Yeah, of course.
I think, honestly, by the end of the day, I'm too tired and exhausted as well. So if, like, say, Ranbir's at shoot, then that's a moment for me to get my me time where I put on, like, an episode of Friends and eat my dinner and watch some YouTube videos or reels and chat with my friends or something like that. But I'm actually also happy with the time. Yeah. I mean, there is like a downside as well. Like, me time is also very important for like self-growth and self-reflection and like say, for example, I regularly do therapy now for a couple of years and all, and now life has been so active, I've not even been able to do that properly. Like, I'm like doing 20 minutes and running and rushing and all. Like, so I understand that me time come ho gaya hai, but it's not that I'm feeling bad about it.
Or you're craving it.
No.
Yeah.
I like whatever it is, it come, and in a way, me being on set is me time. So whenever I'm on set, I'm like,
that is our time.
That is my me time.
I feel like.
My doing my hair, makeup, chatting with the the crew.
With Puneet and Amit, chatting, discussing. We are the same.
Yeah.
That's our best time.
Yeah. I love my lunches with them in the middle of shoot. Being like, come on, I mean, now what happened? And we'll talk about the shoot.
But lunches they are eating, you're watching.
By the time they come with their lunch, I have finished eating.
हाँ, क्योंकि आप तो salad खा रहे हो.
नहीं, मैं खा रही हूँ, मैं बहुत जल्दी खाती हूँ.
Yeah, so that's what's happening. Yeah, that's our me time.
Yeah, that's
God, even I'm the same.
Yeah.
So now our next segment is the Dabur Gulabari Glow or Low segment. So I'm going to give you 2 placards and some situations, and you have to decide if it's glow or low.
Low का मतलब?
Low, like if it was like if it's not nice. The night before your movie releases. Stress.
Yeah.
Even now. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, you've done so many movies.
Night before? Yeah.
So you're thinking about it. That, okay.
No matter what. See, the thing is, if you...
Opening, this, that.
Yeah. The thing is, if you believe in the film, then you're more nervous because you feel like, I hope people believe in the film as well. If you're scared, कि यार तो film तो अच्छी नहीं लग रही है, then you're even more nervous because you're like, I hope, whatever.
Yeah.
So
you're still like nerves.
I get low and low. Underneath the bed, I lie down.
Oh, God. So you come home to hug Raha. It's like you're waiting. You're like, as soon as this interview gets over.
Oh my God. Like, if I leave the house early in the morning and she's not woken up yet and I come back home, I literally I sit like this in the car, on the way home. Like my legs are shaking, my body is moving. Then I call him. I say, Raha ko niche bhejo, main 5 minutes pe pahunch rahi hu.
Like you can't wait to go up.
Yeah, I can't also say, usually she waits at the lift. Now I started calling her down. I'm like, no, because she likes to go for walks under the building and all.
That's her outing.
Yeah, that's how.
I figured that. A perfect no makeup selfie. it's a glow if you get that. And you know, on your
Yeah.
Instagram, you're perfect for that.
And thanks to my beautiful makeup artist, Puneet.
You're always glowing.
I'm always glowing.
Puneet is smiling there, by the way. Getting a pimple a day before an event. Do you bother? Is it like...
Yeah. I'm human.
So you're like...
Yeah,
oh
I get
God,
stressed.
such
But it's not
lovely
like
skin.
low, but I get irritated. Yeah.
So when the movie you've headlined, like whatever, hopefully Jigra now enters the 500 crore club. You'd be like, I'm flying. Never know why. Anything is possible with Alia.
I think is there a faint?
Yeah, is there more? Is there something more than glow? I think she wants to...
Faint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glow, of course. And then maybe low, because abhi ek baar kiya to fir se karna
फिर
padega.
बार-बार और Alia की expectations तो है ही. So Alia, the perception changes after becoming, you know, a mother. That, you know, how will you maintain balance between, you know, working, coming home, doing things like that? I mean, a lot changes in your life. Like even for the matter that when you go out with Raha today,
Yeah.
it's different than when you go alone because the paps are constantly trailing her now.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, I mean, she's almost 2 years old. And when it started out, I was like, oh no, I'll maintain the balance. And you know, why is there so much? It'll all work out and all. And now I'm naturally finding myself wanting to cut more out. Like, just do what really matters. And like, if it doesn't matter, it's not worth it. You know, like earlier I used to maybe find the need to do everything and anything. I used to feel very guilty saying no to people. कोई मुझसे कुछ मांगता था, मैं बोला हाँ ठीक है, ये नहीं इसके लिए है, उसके लिए है. I need to do it. I would cut a lot of pieces of myself so that, you know, people were never like disappointed in me.
Yeah.
And I now find myself being like, guys, I have to put the guardrails up because if I don't do it, I'm just going to keep giving. And I won't be giving to her.
Absolutely.
Which is most important to me. So I'm actually constantly struggling with that balance. Like, and it's something that I think you do beautifully. Like, I've seen you do it since the beginning and you've done it. Like, I'm sure you also have your days of stress and like, we've spoken about it. Like, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. You have to say no to a lot of
and
things.
this cutting things out is the most important.
So yeah, that is one thing. And then of course, I think earlier I had a very different feeling of like Raha being papped. You know, we were on a show together where we would, like at that time, I was like, listen, I just don't think she's too small and nobody, like she should not be a reel on Instagram and all of that. And then there was this one moment before the Christmas lunch where we were driving and it was random where Ranbir's like, listen, should we take a picture with Raha today? And I was like, are you sure?
No, again,
Anxiety was like, because I do have anxiety. So I have like, I'm clinically diagnosed with anxiety. So every moment for me is anxious, like my worst case scenario all the time. So he obviously understood that and he said, okay, now you're going to get really anxious. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what your worst fear is. This and that. So we talked about it all the way from Bandra to Juhu. And then finally I was like, listen, it's true. Like this is our life. And I don't want people to think that, oh, you can't see my daughter's face. That was not the intention. I just didn't want it to be like a whole thing. And that one moment happened and it was such a cute moment.
Yeah.
She was holding both our faces like that.
And now she's...
Yeah,
she's getting used to it.
I still get little uncomfortable, I'll be honest, like being like, don't flash in her eyes, guys, and like, you know, whatever and all. But I also realized that there's only love for her, tu.
Yeah.
And she's a beautiful baby and she gives us a lot of joy.
I know. She's giving everyone. We're like, oh God, Raha.
Yeah, but that little stress is normal.
Of course it's normal. I mean, even till today, I like when, if Jay is going out or something, I'm constantly like pushing them ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you'll get over time, which you have become anyway.
Yeah.
But you've also done, like, tried your hand at, like, you know, you did Heart of Stone, which was in Hollywood. We're seeing you so much on the global platform now, like the L'Oreal and everything. So is there any plans that you're going to do lots more of Hollywood movies, or how is it? Like, what's the thought process now?
I think it genuinely, like the timing of when Heart of Stone came to me, I had some time and I was like, okay, it'll be an interesting opportunity to do a film like this, to kind of break into the scene a little bit. See, even when I did RRR, for example, it was to branch out into a new market, make yourself a little uncomfortable. Same with Heart of Stone, and same would be for any other film that I sign. It's not like meko Hollywood film karna hai or ye film karna hai. It's more about like, yeah, just keep second guessing yourself and keep making something more challenging and unnerving for yourself so that you grow a little bit more in life. Otherwise, it becomes too comfortable.
But English film, I mean, of course, you will do like whatever.
It depends on the script.
On the script.
I mean, suddenly now I'm like a little bit how will I go? I can't like move bag and baggage and like travel for 3 months, 4 months also now. It's hard to do those things now. I can't just get up on a whim and do that. So it will require a lot of planning.
Though Ranbir will be very happy to sit at home alone with Raha, I think, because he's just like obsessed. He's like, हाँ अभी तुम काम करो मैं घर पे हूँ.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. होना चाहिए.
But yeah, now it'll be difficult.
It'll be difficult. But I mean like, again, it depends on the story, it depends on the timing, and it depends on how badly I want to do it.
But also Alia's entering her action era is what I feel, with like the stunts that we see in the promo that you've done. Even I was like, oh my God, is that Alia? How is she doing this? Because we're so used to obviously seeing you in the beautiful glamorous roles and, you know, performance-oriented roles and everything. But now I think with Jigra and Alpha, so like what is it? Is it like only action films, or how did you prepare for the stunts?
तो जिगरा में तो कुछ preparation था ही नहीं. It was like on paper it was just situational, but then when I was reaching set it was turning out to be some 4-rig shot and this ये करना और इस roof के ऊपर भागना है ये करना. I was like, okay, what the hell? But I guess when you have to make a film really quickly, there's no time to prep and do rehearsals and stuff. So you just have to go there, give it your all and shoot. With Alpha, it's a totally different story, and of course that when the film comes, people will see. But there was this keeda inside me कि यार, I want to myself see what I look like doing action, because it'll be not believable. Like you'll be like, oh, she's so small, who's she gonna hit?
But she's such a good actor. She can do anything.
But you know what I wanted to also say is that it's not like I'm trying to make some like, you know, like some point physically. It's just like actually if the character is really endearing, entertaining, badass, what the punches and kicks land the same way after that. But the story has to lend to that moment. I would not say action era, like abhi main sirf action film karne wali hu, but I'm like, why not? Like, why limit yourself? Chalo, even if I try and I fail, that's it. I just failed. Na? It's not like I never tried it.
I'm sure it'll be amazing. So now you've sung in Jigra as well, and you sang before
with
as
your
well.
favorite.
With my favorite, yes. So obviously, I mean, both my favorites are in the song, so obviously I love it. But I mean, what is this? Like, you're not going to pursue your, I mean, a singing career or something. I don't know. I don't know if your voice is that good. So.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking कि क्या है ये?
That's it. Yeah, I'm going to tell this to somebody who tells me, please pursue your singing career. I'm like, no, but Kareena Kapoor Khan said my voice is not that good.
No, I'm just like, okay, what's happening?
No, not at all. Like, Vedang can sing.
Yeah, he has such a lovely voice.
He has an outstanding voice. He sung Phoolon Ka Taroka and Jigra.
So well.
He sung the title track of Jigra. And he plays, and तो वो actually album काट सकता है. I can sing in my bathroom. And then a little bit with the help of like some individuals in the recording studio.
In the recording studio. So, but you're not going to like cut a single and...
No. Once upon a time in life, I had some plan, but that's it. Then it ended there only. They ended in the bathroom.
So anyway, of course, you bring your own experience not only to movies, but also, you know, when you're a couple, you and Ranbir, I want to know what you... This is very funny because your experience to finances. Because our next segment is the Max Life Insurance. She is the different segment. So मैं कुछ situations दूँगी that...
You're already laughing.
Yeah, I'm already laughing. That because I think most of the answers will be Ranbir. But anyway, I'm going to give you the placards. And you have to say he or she in what situation. Like, you know, dealing with finances.
Okay.
So he or me. Who's better at planning finances? He. I'm telling you, this is just going to go up. Who's better at communication? Texts, WhatsApps? Directly communicating. You. So you're...
Yeah. He's very non-confrontational, and like even if there's something to be communicated, it usually happens through me.
So everything is... Yeah. In that sense. Okay. Who's better at managing work and home?
Both.
Both are doing it well.
Both.
Okay. Yeah. He also, I'm sure about that.
You know, he's actually a cat. Like, so he's very like particular about his space. So I won't say Ranbir only works and also and doesn't care about the house and the way it's functioning or his space. He's very into it.
Very into it.
And so am I. I'm a little bit maybe more into it with like just being on top of most of the things. But he's also very into it. So I would say both.
This, I think it's him. Who's better at suggesting which business to invest in? You. Okay, I got that wrong.
My investments are very good.
Okay, but these decisions you are taking or no?
I am taking. Like, I don't think he's taking as actively.
Okay. No, you are taking, like, you know, like you're reading the FT and, or, you know, like the Financial Times, ke kya ho raha hai,
No, I'm not reading the Financial Times and all. But
then?
like, I'm saying like investing in startups and stuff like that.
Okay, you are more active in that.
I'm more active in that. Something that I've maybe, it's naturally been brought to me, so I've taken more keen interest in it, whether it's with Pool or, you know, earlier with other brands and stuff like that, Super Bottoms. Like, these are all things where these investments have come to me and I love the story and I've invested in. I don't think Ranbir has gotten into
that side of
it.
He's
Yet.
a little
Like,
old
he knows,
school.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, he's a little old school, I can figure that. Who's better at the social media game? I feel Ranbir is excellent at it, but he's just like khufia on it. So then you, yeah.
Which social media game? Posting or stalking?
Yeah, that's what. Posting is you, stalking is him. Yeah. So then we're sorted. And who's better at walking the ramp? You, na? I don't think he's interested. Like, he looks like disinterested.
I mean, maybe I've walked more ramps, so maybe me.
Yeah, so you.
Yeah.
Okay, clearly. So then I think when it comes to family, I think both of them are really good at it. So you can, not bad.
Not bad.
So Alia, you come from a family of superstars as well. You're married into a family which has a legacy of superstars. Now discussing the Kapoors a little bit. And don't say me because it's really boring now. Who is the Kapoor that you really look up to and love?
I think my mother-in-law. And, you know, we've really found a very natural, organic friendship over the last couple of years. But it's really become, I think, deeper, I would say, and she would agree as well, in the last 6 months. Like,
nice.
Something happened, you know, we went on a trip also together right now to Paris, and I was working for L'Oreal, and, you know, she was like, I want to come for the show, I'm so proud. And when I was walking, she was literally cheering the loudest. Like, I felt like I was back in school and, you know, seeing my mother over there. It's really became like a friendship very naturally, and it's something that I remember when we were getting married, she said, you know, you're my daughter-in-law and I'm your mother-in-law, but I had the most beautiful friendship with my mother-in-law. And you know, she speaks so fondly of Krishna auntie and like the moments that she shared with her. And she's like, I want the same thing with my daughter-in-law. And she's really very cool, you know, and she's so full of positivity and hope. And I remember even during the toughest time when like Rishi uncle was in hospital and it was feeling like we were getting bad news after bad news, you know, towards the end. And I just remember her face always being like, chalo, let's hope for the best. You know? Let's keep the positive spirit up. And I think doing that is not easy at a time like that. You can really make it like, you can really like kind of crumble and break down. And it's not like she didn't have those moments as well. But she's got this natural thing of like keeping the positivity and the joy up. And I think that's where Ranbir gets it from as well. Like even when he's stressed and down and low, his feeling is like, yeah, don't take it out. No, but it's not somebody else's problem that I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
And I realize he gets that from her. So she's super cool.
That's amazing to hear. You're also close to your own mom, sister, and especially Shaheen, like I told you in the beginning, Lolo and me also so close. Now Shaheen has openly spoken about, you know, mental health issues and, you know, suffering with depression. So how do you handle that and how have you comforted her, you know, being so closely associated and seeing it firsthand?
I think over the years, the dealing with it has changed because, you know, earlier there's a feeling of like, oh, you don't want her to feel that way. So you're trying everything to do to just make her unfeel it, you know. Oh, why don't we go out? Why don't we do this? And then you realize that there's not something that, it's not a quick fix. Especially, you know, when she found out that she was clinically diagnosed with depression was when she was very young. She was like 13 or 14. I mean, maybe she was diagnosed later, but it started, the symptoms started very young. So she's been living with it for a very long time and moving and powering through life. And I have, again, great admiration for the way she does it. But I think now my response to her is I just want her to be able to talk to me and not expect and I don't need to expect to say something to her immediately. Sometimes all she needs is just for me to sit next to her and just hear her. You know, and just tell her what she's feeling is what she's feeling and not try and give her a solution. Just validate the emotion there and then. Again, we've been through our own journey with that. it breaks my heart every time I feel like she's going through a rough patch. And it comes in patches. But I know that the person that she is today is because of what she's been through. And that's something that she would agree with as well. It's made her who she is. And of course, she would have preferred to maybe not have it in her life. But she's so emotionally evolved, and she's so, like, her EQ is so high. She can smell like a feeling from a mile away. She's so, like, pulsating with emotions. So I was like, you know, put that feeling into good use. And she's my partner at Eternal, and now she's like developing stories and putting that emotional instinct into storytelling. And she's doing a really good job at it, if I may say so myself.
Of course.
So she's also a partner on Eternal Sunshine and one of the producers on Jigra. And has been such a strong support through. I mean, I can keep talking about my sister.
No, but it's important because, you know, our listeners are women, young girls. The show is what women want, talking about mental health. I had to ask you the question, which was important, and you answered it so beautifully and bravely because, you know, I mean, being, you know, the biggest star in the country, it's, your voice needs to be heard on, you know, important topics. And you've been very open about Shaheen. So that's why I'm happy you...
Yeah, and like I said, it's nothing... I've openly spoken about me going for therapy, me having anxiety. I was like ADHD. I have all of it. But I don't feel like I should be like embarrassed about something that is a proper, like, you know, a medically diagnosed condition. Like, there's nothing to feel embarrassed about. You use it to your, I mean, if it comes in your way, you try and move away from it to the best of your capabilities, but never crack down too hard on yourself for anything. And that's something that I've learned through the years, watching my sister, and of course now just dealing with things myself.
So now we're going to be a little fun game because, of course, you're known for your fashion Met Gala, your, you know, all the saris that you wear, everything. So our next segment is a fashion segment, which is the Philips Garment Steamer Love for Clothes. मैं कुछ descriptions दूंगी, of course, of, you know, Bollywood celebrities, and you have to guess that particular celebrity.
Okay.
Elegant saris and glittering kanjivarams. Always iconic.
Rekha.
Not bad. Bright smile, flowing hair, the queen of airport looks, as said by you.
Deepika Padukone.
Alia's going to guess it all, yeah. An ace producer, but also a stylist. Ek aur Kapoor.
Ace producer, but also a stylist. Riya Kapoor.
Fashion icon of the 90s, and I have her mobile number.
Lolu.
Yeah. Cute that is, da. I think it was very cute. See that? This is your, please take the garment steamer and please
thank
use it. No, you don't have to put it on your lap.
Oh, sorry, then what do I do? Just play?
Yeah. They'll just take a picture. Alia, you lost so much weight for your song in the saris in Rocky Rani. And I think it was very fast, the transition from Raha's birth to when you shot that song. Yeah. So was it an easy transition or how, like?
No, it was not easy, of course. Nothing is easy. But honestly, again, people will think that I'm just saying this, but while I was doing everything, like as in eating healthy, I was still feeding. I was breastfeeding for a very long time. So I couldn't go on some crazy strict diet or anything like that. And I could only start working on properly after 12 weeks. Breastfeeding actually makes you burn a lot of calories. So that, I think, did half of it. And then in general, my choices even during pregnancy were not like I was eating sugar every day and all of that. Like I was eating little more than I usually eat or more than I usually eat. By the end of it, I was like, no food was feeling enough for me. But my choices are naturally healthy. So I think when you make sure that the start is good, the rest of it sort of falls into place. Also, I kept strength training during pregnancy as well. Again, everybody should do it according to what their doctor said. But my doctor said that, listen,
it's very
just
good.
3 months ke baad, yoga karo, jo bhi karo, strength training karo and all of that. Just don't do any running or anything like that. Like, we wouldn't advise if you're not a comfortable runner. So I just did that. So in that sense, it's not like I came back to the size, but I lost enough weight for the saris to look lovely. And saris is such a beautiful garment and look lovely on any size.
Yeah, you looked amazing.
So I embraced that. I was not over-stressing.
No, So now you have added Kapoor to your name, and we Kapoor
has
love.
said this?
I don't know. You said Alia
It
Bhatt
was,
Kapoor.
I mean, okay, anyway, it was like a
It's
gag.
fine. So, but it's fine.
But everybody knows now. I mean,
But now
it's
then you are a Kapoor.
I'm a Kapoor and Ranbir's a Bhatt.
I think that's perfect.
You know that? Raha said that.
Raha said that.
Yeah, she said Alia Bhatt, and then once she said Papa Bhatt.
Papa Bhatt.
She's
That's so
called him that.
cute.
But today she called me Alia Kapoor, so she keeps changing the names also.
But you know that we all love our food.
Yeah.
And you've seen the way we all eat, like when we meet.
Yeah.
So what is that one recipe that you and Ranbir both enjoy?
The Kapoor recipe.
Yeah, any
Or life.
food from the Kapoor Khana. But I don't think you eat any of that from what I've seen. So any recipe that you guys enjoy.
Like we jointly enjoy Chinese. Recipe, I would not say, but like we just love enjoying, like eating Chinese food from Royal China.
But that he does. You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like Chinese food put together, like
Yeah.
he and I watching a movie, Royal
It's
China
perfect.
is
That's
the
like the
most,
perfect date
It's
night.
the perfect date night. Like I would like, I look forward to those moments where it happens repeatedly on the way back from shoot because Ranbir doesn't have Swiggy on his phone. So all the ordering, even if I'm not at home, he'll tell me, can you order me this, etc. So I'll get the menu and then I have to place the order. Then we sit and we eat and it's like, it's too much fun.
Oh God, those nights are just heaven.
The
huh?
best.
Yeah, so it's Royal China, great. It's time for the Jaldi 5. It's a rapid fire because we're in season 5.
Oh.
So we'll ask you a few questions and this is going to be about the Bhatt family.
Okay.
Okay, because you're a Bhatt and we want to know like who does what in when it comes to the Bhatt family. Which Bhatt is the best secret keeper?
Shaheen Bhatt.
Shaheen Bhatt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pooja Bhatt. She'll be very good.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting.
She's very good.
And which Bhatt is the biggest foodie?
I think we're all foodies.
Okay.
But
Shaheen is also very...
Shaheen's also foodie, but like limited. I would say my mum and me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I think it's
We
the
eat
Kapoor
more
effect.
range.
Yeah, like you want to experiment. maybe.
Experiment more. I mean, again, stay within the lines, but experiment a little bit more. But Shaheen and my father are like fixed. Like, Shaheen only eats 3 sabzis and 3 things.
Which Bhatt is the fashionista?
Pooja.
Oh, yeah.
Pooja is
has
the
lovely-
OG fashionista.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She truly was. Which Bhatt is the dominating one?
Shaheen.
Acha, not
Yeah.
you.
No.
No.
My father is like very scared. What does he call her? He called her some principal. I got shouted by the principal again or something.
God.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she's the
She's assertive, I would say.
assertive. Fine. Which Bhatt is the party animal?
None of us.
I think none of y'all, no?
Sony Bhatt. Sony
She's
likes,
more social.
Sony
and-
likes a quick dance and all.
Because you're not. You're like sleeping now at like 9 o'clock. And
Not like we're, none of us are real party animals, but if somebody who has the spirit of like, oh, let's go do this and let's have an adventure. She's gone on her father. She's more adventurous.
she's more adventurous and fun. Okay, great. I think that was nice. She got a little insight into, you know, the Bhatt family. So now, of course, we're in the final act, which is before you go. And it's an AMA, which is you can ask me anything.
Oh, I wish I had known this. I would have prepared a little bit. Okay. I have a good question. Rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a feeling that you never get stressed or perturbed. Like nothing like really bothers you and like, it's always like Bebo doesn't care, Bebo's okay with anything, Bebo's fine, Bebo's really chill and all. So what I wanted to ask you is that really true? Like behind closed doors, because you're a Virgo, I know that,
yeah.
and I have like all my best friends are Virgos. It's not like stress doesn't enter your life. So, or you just like choose to share it with maybe just Lolo or Saif or what? Like, do you actually get like stressed? And if there's something that stresses you out, what is it?
No, I'm always chill. But of course I do get stressed. Just
Normal.
normal. I
Like, do you
get
ever
stressed.
break down and be like, I can't deal with it?
No, I don't break down and say I can't deal with it, but I sometimes do go like
Yeah,
crazy.
good.
Yeah, that's normal, no?
Thank God.
Alia's like, okay, fine. I'm not the only one who's going
Yeah, but I was
crazy.
just like, because yeah, like sometimes you should
Yeah,
be able to feel like stressed openly as
yeah,
well.
of course I do.
You just deal with it really well.
Yeah, I do. But thank you, Alia. All the best for Jigra. I think it's going to be a smasher of a hit. And with you in it, of course, it will. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Bebu.
And that was fast. See?
Done.
Done. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. Stay tuned to Mirchi Plus for more such episodes and subscribe to Ghana to hear our show in the podcast section.